go back to what happened before, immediately after the declaration of strike. Fair Wages had invited them in good faith, without knowing that the following day they were going to declare a strike. So that we had gone for mandate from Ministry of Finance, so that we could continue with our standing items and finish, possibly if we agreed. Mind you, it is not only one party that is able to conclude on negotiations. It takes two. So if one party decides that I will not make myself available, how do you on one breath complain that negotiations are delaying? And then on another breath, when we have invited you, you decide to take the way of a strike instead of making yourselves available. What's the essence of a strike? Do you want to hold our children to ransom? Is that what we want to do as a country? Is that what we would prefer to do when your employer is calling you? You see, one funny thing that we must all not just follow the sensationalism. We must speak and interrogate the issues. We invited them. They failed to show up. We will not call it disrespect. But our sector ministry invited them to a meeting, which was on Friday. They didn't show up. Later, they sent a letter. And if you don't mind, I would like to read the last portions of their own letter. When the ministry had invited them, they said that they could not make themselves available. And therefore, they pleaded, in their own letter, that the meeting be postponed to, permit me to read the last paragraph. With regards to your invitation to the meeting scheduled for Friday, 22nd March 2024, we write to request that the meeting be rescheduled to Monday, 25th March 2024 at 10 a.m.
That's today?
Yes, this is to enable us adequately invite our officials to be present for deliberations. Signed by Thomas Musa, General Secretary, NAT, Eric Agbe Kabonu, President, NAGRAT, Ken Ali Awudu, President, CCT, Ghana. Now the question is, if it is Fair Wages you don't want to respect, the Sector Minister for Employment and Labor Relations, under his hand, had written and invited you. At least go and listen. If you genuinely have a grievance, I'm coming. If you genuinely have a grievance and you think Fair Wages has not treated you fairly, there is a superior representative of the president, of the employer.
They didn't say that they are not going to go.
No,
they just asked for more time.
No, they didn't ask for more time. They said that the meeting be rescheduled.
Yes.
And we all complied. So this morning, we convened, knowing very well that the meeting was going to come off.
They didn't come?
They didn't come. Nobody showed up.
As in the teacher unions, the reps did not come?
They didn't come.
Because the reason they gave in the letter you read is that they want to get their executives to be ready.
Yeah, so instead of the Friday, they proposed the Monday.
Monday, yes.
Yes, and the question is, if you couldn't come, you couldn't mobilize your people, at least take a telephone. You can call. We are friends.
They didn't call you to
behind the scenes, we are friends.
Yeah.
So the question that some of us are beginning to ask is, what then is your motivation for the strike? Definitely.
Why are you asking that question?
You know, I'm asking because, number one, you did not serve the notice. In other jurisdiction, you dare not do this. You will not even dream of going on strike without following due procedure, because in some other jurisdictions, they have clear provisions in their laws that if you embark on a strike, the payment for those who are striking will be from a strike fund, which has actually been set up by the same union. If you go on strike
not from the state.
Yes, and not from the state, and not from the employer. Remember, our labor laws are not just for the public sector, it's also for the private sector. So in order for the employer not to suffer double jeopardy, you don't lose the productivity, you also don't lose the pay. So in other places, if you embark on illegal strike, the first thing to do is to take away your pay.
Let me get some clarity as to why they had asked for rescheduling, and yet when the day came, you said they didn't show, but you were waiting for them.
Yeah, we were waiting.
Nobody called you to explain?
You could see my tie.
So this is how you've been dressed to wait?
Oh, no, Mondays, I thought I'm going to meet your friend. I usually don't put on tie.
Okay.
But, you know,
but let me bring in...
But if you allow me to learn,
Okay.
All my sentiment is heading towards one thing. No matter if in this country we disagree on any issue, the option is not to turn this country upside down.
You think they have?
I am saying that in this country, if you have a grievance and you disagree with anything, the option is not to turn this country down. You see, don't forget that we are all in this boat together. Yes, you have gone on strike. The appropriate authorities have asked you to come back. Because what would it take to get the matters resolved? It's dialogue.
You're right. Let me ask.
We are inviting you for dialogue. You don't want to show up. So the question is, what else do you want done?
And that is why you asked the question about motive.
Yes.
Because you believe if the motive is genuine, you would have come for a conversation to resolve it.
Let me speak to you. Usubedi abenkwai. Yaya abenkwai amao. Usi ekomdo. Yamfa bankunkan yedi bankuya kan amao. Enam kura gusu peche.
But also, so also need.
Afedi also be ya konchi.